First, we will remove the outer panel. Use the pry tool to pry along the edge to take it out. Then we will disconnect all 4 connectors behind. Make sure the power is off while you are doing this. Now you can go ahead and set this aside for now. Now we can proceed with removing the factory radio. Carefully unscrew all 4 corners. Take out the factory CD player carefully, then disconnect the antennas and the connector behind, then go ahead and set this part aside as well. Once this is removed, you can also go ahead and set this aside for now. Remove all 5 screws surrounding the edges. Carefully remove the back. There is a ribbon cable and a plug. After you lift up the bottom board, the cable is here that you will need to disconnect. On the left piece, pinch here and it will drop out. And then we will unscrew this one here and then disconnect this connector. After this is removed, we will proceed to remove this big module here by taking out this screw. After this screw is taken out, the module just drops out. Put the small board on top, then we will install this module into the new unit. On the new unit, we're going to take out the left piece and put it right behind here and then snap it in. You will hear a slight click. Then we are going to do the same with this part on the other side. Then we will put the screw back in the corner. Then we will put the board back on, make sure it lines up on the top nicely, and snap it in. Side note, when you install your hazard light, make sure it clicks all the way in and clicks all the way out to ensure it won't get stuck on. Now we are going to connect the new radio to the factory harness. We are going to connect the outer harness to the back first. The black cable is for the backup camera. The brown one is for the USB cable. Then we have the Wi-Fi antenna and external microphone. You can choose to not use that if you like, and this is the GPS antenna. We are now going to take out the air vents and put them on the new unit. We are going to have to connect the Wi-Fi and GPS and the radio antenna later on. After connecting the cables, we will need to remove these clips and put them onto the new radio. Now that we've connected the clips from the factory board to the new radio, we are going to plug in this plug right here. The pins might look different depending on the vehicle. This one has been modified to fit this specific unit. This plugs in right here. Make sure it is facing the right orientation, and you might have to push a little bit hard to get it in. After that, we will connect this piece, which is a 6-pin connector to the canvas decoder box. Once it is connected, you will see a cable coming out from right here. This one is the line cable for air conditioning. These two will be connected together. Now that we've connected the LIN cable, we will connect this one to the factory AC board. For the Land Cruiser 100 before 2013, you do not have to use this cable here. It can be left empty. And we are going to have to modify this one to fit as well. Now we are back inside the vehicle. This is the factory AC board, and we need to wrap this in insulation tape so it does not get shorted. This is the end that you will need to connect to right here. This right here is the factory radio connector. It has the power and speaker wires on it. This is the factory radio antenna, and this small one is not going to be used. Once the unit turns on, we will need to go to Settings, then scroll down on the left to Install Set. Password is going to be 8861. Press OK. Then we are going to check the car type. It needs to be set to Cruiser 100 Low Auto. Make sure that is on. Do not change the protocol. Then press OK, go back, save, and reboot. These settings need to be changed in order for the AC to work. You can now see that it is currently working on the display. We can turn it up. We can turn it down. You can turn on the AC. Adjust the fan speed and turn it down. You can play music out of your flash drive here. Volume control is going to be at the bottom right. You can also play movies or videos from here. Next, you are going to want to go to Settings. Scroll down to User Settings. Scroll down, then set the temperature to Fahrenheit, brake detect off, speed unit miles per hour, then hit Save and Reboot. Under More Settings, you can connect to Wi-Fi, whether home or hotspot. If the time is not correct, go to System, Date and Time, and uncheck the first two options. Do not click on Set Time. Click Set Time Zone, and since we are in California, we are setting it to Pacific Daylight Time. If you still do not have the correct time, check under Settings, GPS monitor on the left. Here you should be able to see your GPS connections, and you should see some green bars at the top. We will come back to this once we finish this part. Under Date and Time, if it is still not correct, it will be once the GPS is connected. Turn on DST. From the same menu, you can also access equalizer and other settings. App customization controls what apps you want on the top menu bar. Regarding navigation, you can pick what your default map application is when you click on the navigation icon. To set your default video player, once you put whichever app, such as Netflix or whatever you prefer, and then you click on the video icon, it will go straight to that app. It works the same way with the music player, depending on what you link to it.